Jason, nice to see you again, and thanks for having me in. So as we agreed when we were setting up this meeting, the purpose for today is to do a walkthrough of the enterprise flash market. I'd like to take this opportunity to give you a good introduction to what makes EMC's market positioning so unique and different from everyone else. So we'll start this way. I'll do a quick walkthrough of the evolution of the market, why EMC, what others are saying, including customers as well as analysts, and if we have time, to have an introductory discussion about the potential use cases here at Acme, and then come to a common understanding about what next steps make sense. Sound good?
That's good.
Okay, great. So the way I'd like to start this out is by talking about the overall evolution of IT, especially within the context of Moore's Law. As you know, Moore's Law is the principle that the speed of CPUs doubles every 2 years. However, when it comes to enterprise storage, we've been stuck leveraging the same spinning disk technology with a maximum output of 15K since the year 2000. So what we've got is this relatively flat growth curve. And it's reached its limit. It's reached its physical limit. So if you believe that necessity is the mother of invention, this is what has brought flash into being. Flash technology is similar to compute technology in that it's based on transistors on a circuit board. And this gap, this performance gap, can go away because flash technology will grow in the same way that compute has grown. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is kind of not so much distinct to EMC, but there are several things that are distinct to EMC. And one of the most important ones, and where I want to start, is in the context of choice. There are three flavors of flash, if you will. They are hybrid arrays, all flash arrays, and server arrays. EMC is the only major vendor who can bring to market all three. This gives you maximum flexibility. We call this extreme cache. We call this extreme I/O. And we call this, and this is just flash enabling our traditional disk arrays, such as VNX and VMAX, which is what you have today. So these are intended for different kind of workloads, and rather than coming in and recommending one sort of solution because it's the only thing we have, we can custom fit the correct solution to your environment based on your particular workload, based on your particular business requirements for that environment. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So one of the great promotions that we have going on at EMC is this Expect More program, is what it's called. And it includes three components. It includes 7 years of maintenance, flat, no increase in maintenance costs. It includes 7 years of flash drive replacement warranty. One of the truths about flash is that the flash cards do wear out over time, so we'll replace them when they do. It won't be any additional out-of-pocket costs. And then the most dynamic of these, of this program, is 3-year money-back guarantee. That's how confident we are that you'll be satisfied with the performance you get from EMC Flash. So up next, I'd like to give you a logical representation of a database environment for ERP. Traditionally, with traditional disk storage, you've got these various environments supporting production. You've got production, let's just say it's 5 terabytes. So therefore, development would be also, QA would be also, training would be also, and this is just a hypothetical scenario. In reality, there's probably many more than 4 copies. But what you get to is you get to a total in traditional disk storage, such as what you have with your VMAX today, of a 20 terabyte footprint. Pretty significant. Okay, this is one of the ways that Extreme I/O, for example, is such a huge evolutionary step forward. First of all, let's start with inline deduplication. That, right from the beginning, takes all these down to 2.5. Then we go to writable snapshots, which basically eliminates there needing to be storage capacity assigned to each of these environments because it's shared. And lastly is compression. We compress this data here, and so the effective difference is you go from 20 to 2.5 with dedupe, and then you go another 50% with compression. So as far as just the total data footprint consumed by your storage array, you can go from 20 all the way down to 1.25 terabytes. And this is a significant area of cost savings. Does that make sense, or do you have any questions about that?
That's compelling. 20 terabytes, hypothetically, down to 1.25.
That is correct.
This speaks to me because I struggle with capacity issues now. So this could, if I convert to Extreme I/O on my databases, I could potentially reduce my footprint as well as the amount of data stored on my VMAX, right?
Yeah, you're capturing it exactly. I'm glad that came across clearly because that's the exact point that I wanted to make. It's revolutionary. Initially, a lot of when flash technology first came out, there was a perception that it was very expensive, and one of the only real recognized use cases was for VDI. And in fact, Citrix came forth with data suggesting that EMC was the lowest cost per VDI desktop, the best user experience, and according to Citrix, unprecedented ease of administration. This is true in VDI, but what's happening is the cost on flash is coming down, and the overall TCO is becoming greater understood because there are many things that get baked into total TCO. I want to talk about flash from EMC in the context of 3 things. 1 is performance increase. 2 is simplicity increase. And 3rd is total TCO going down. So this is a pretty positive set of trends, right? And so what's happening as a result of increased performance, decreased TCO, and overwhelmingly increased simplicity, customers who have adopted this technology are starting to deploy it in more and more varied environments. Database environments, VDI environments, really all environments. Flash is the future of our industry. EMC's positioning in this market, we were not an early entrant into the market. Even though we recognized the benefits, and we were hard at work in our research and development labs, coming out with a differentiated product. One of the ways that we're differentiated is that we use commercial grade flash drives. We do not use consumer grade flash drives like you see in an iPad, which is what all the other entrants who rushed into the market did. But even early on, just going back to 2013, according to Gartner, the flash market grew by 182%. EMC didn't even enter the market until November of 2013, and already, according to the first half of the year numbers for 2014 through Q2, we have catapulted to the top of the leaderboard as far as total market share. And this is because we've got the technology leadership, we've got the existing installed base such as you, where we have all these existing relationships with customers, and we provide a very smooth migration path for them to upgrade from traditional disk storage to flash storage. So, Jason, what I'd like to suggest, based on just, I know this is a quick snapshot introduction, but I'd like to suggest that we spend a couple hours, I'll bring my team in, You bring your team in, and we'll sit down, roll up our sleeves, and try to come to a discovery process to determine where Flash might make sense in your business today and where it might make sense along the roadmap for the future. What do you think about that?
Well, honestly, I'm open to the idea. I have to confess I'm new to Flash, and I have a lot of Flash vendors calling on me, and I don't really know. I mean, I'll just ask it. Why should I spend this time with you, EMC, instead of some others that are calling on me?
So, fair question, great point, and I'm glad you asked. I'm happy to answer. There's several reasons. Let me just run through a few. Number one, in terms of the flexibility that EMC can offer. I talked about it a little bit here, but it's really also about leveraging your existing investments. It might make sense for you to roll out an all-flash array. It might make sense for you to try to leverage your existing infrastructure and convert it more into a greater percentage hybrid of flash. So that's just something we could explore together. But at the end of the day, Jason, even if you didn't have any investments in EMC, even if your investments were with someone else, EMC is leading this market because we took our time developing the best-in-class technology. Architecture matters. We've got active controllers, and that sets us apart. We've got a scale-out architecture, and that sets us apart. I already referenced earlier, but I'll say again because it's very important. We've got these enterprise/commercial-grade flash drives, and that sets us apart. The inline deduplication and the compression that we talked about, those things set us apart. And our industry expertise and know-how also sets us apart. So we've been grateful for the great relationship that we've had, and I've been appreciative of the chance to work with you and to get to know your team. And really, Jason, I'm recommending this discovery session for your benefit. I want to see you here at Acme enable your business community to respond more nimbly, to be a more agile IT organization that's delivering the best total value to the business. So I'm not asking for a big commitment. I just want to get you and your team together. Let me bring my subject matter experts, and let's delve a little deeper into this and determine what makes sense for now and on into the future, on the roadmap. How about that?
That sounds good. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
Great seeing you today.
Thank you, Patrick, for your time.